Welcome back. Are you thinking about moving? Is now the time? And if you're thinking about it, will there be any homes out there to choose from? Eddie Campos with RE/MAX is here so we can learn about the local real estate market. Good to see you as always. Some good talking points here.
Yeah.
I was not aware of this since the last time we talked to you. Right now we have a really low inventory in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan.
Correct. We're around 1,300 homes right now. That encompasses 10 counties. That's not Lucas County. That's not Lucas and Wood. That's 10 counties. There's only 1,300 single-family homes on the market.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredibly low. We should be probably closer about 4,000 or 5,000.
How did we get there?
Well, the Great Recession was the start of it all.
Okay.
Right? So 2005 were great real estate years, great new construction years. As a matter of fact, the Home Builders Association here locally pulled over 3,000 permits to build new homes. Today, we're over about 380 for last year, and we're approaching 500 for this coming year. So the difference in the amount of people that were in the new construction industry, dramatically changed. You had fewer builders, fewer developers. It got more expensive to do those things because during the Great Recession, a lot of builders had to go out of business. They had tons of sitting inventory because it was flying off the shelf, and then all of a sudden somebody turned off that faucet, and now I've got 6 homes sitting. Builders were having homes going into foreclosure, developers couldn't finish projects, and then you had fewer people that were getting into the trades, which is what we're also experiencing right now. Fewer plumbers, fewer heating and air people. So when you have all those people kind of going away and you don't have any new homes being built, here we are today with a really low inventory.
So newer homes aren't being built and current homes are not being put on the market because, quite honestly, and you know it too, with the low interest rates we all locked in at a few years ago, with it now higher, even though it's not all that bad high, historically it's about average, but like if you got a 2.5–3% interest rate, why in the world would you want to give that up?
Exactly, you don't really want to give it up, but the one thing I think people should maybe take into consideration is what kind of increase have you had in the equity of your home now?
Sure.
And how much bigger of a down payment can you put down on the next house? So that way it makes it a little more palatable when you're going to buy that next home and it's at 0.8%.
What are you seeing? What's the solution here? Well, interest rates are expected to come down a little bit this year, not drastically. We're not going to see this 2–3% interest rate anytime soon for real estate, but still, if it comes down to like something more palatable, 5.5, 6.
We really hope so. I don't know that we're really thinking that we could get there. So we're hoping that we can try to get to 6%. Today I just spoke to Cheryl Brown over at Union Home Mortgage, 6.875, 30-year fixed with good credit. To your point, historically, that's not bad. 8% is the average, but it's definitely not like the 3% that we saw for several years. So it is hard for people to just digest that and make that move. So the most activity we're seeing, people like you and me, 55 and over, that are thinking about downsizing because they have equity built up in their home. They'll use that equity to buy the next home, and we're seeing a sudden surge in first-time home buyers too.
Now, if you decide to have a home built for yourself, like there are some subdivisions that buy a lot and have a home built, you can get it done that way to get a place.
Yes, and when you're building a home, what you need to also remember is that you're getting a home for a premium price.
Sure.
Plus, you're not going to touch your roof for 20 years, probably not your HVAC for 20 years. It's going to be a sparkling brand new kitchen. So there's a lot of pluses that come along with that. The maintenance is not going to be as great. So you're going to pay a premium for that. And right now, I think the least expensive home I've seen coming available in new construction is somewhere in the high 3s. But on average, somewhere around $450 to $550 is the starting price for a new home today.
What about if I'm wanting to? How about getting a fixer-upper, buying a home that's out there, fixing it up, and then flipping it and making some money? Is that happening a lot?
Great idea, especially for people that are looking to stay there. So you're not going to be paying a premium for a home that's in perfect shape, right? You're going to be paying a home at a discounted rate, and now you're in a situation where you can do some of those projects on your own. Maybe you're in a position where you can there's a rehab loan that's available that helps you pay for those things at the very beginning. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that could be done. But you definitely have a greater opportunity to save some money on the front end on the price of the home, and then trying to find a contractor that like and trust that can do it for a reasonable price.
Eddie, we're out of time. I've always always enjoy talking
Yeah,
real
great to be
estate
here.
with you. Thanks so much for being here today.
Great seeing you again.
Lots to think about if you want to buy a home. We'll be right back.